Hello everyone, this is Praneeth. I welcome you all to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to deal with the Vedic Era, which is a part of our ancient history syllabus. And we will study in detail about the Vedic Age. First of all, we need to know what is this Vedic Age. This Vedic Age is nothing but the time period when the Aryans were there. Who are these Aryans? These Aryans are nothing but semi-nomadic people, and there were many controversies about the origin of the Aryans. Many people say that the origin of Aryans is from Central Asia, and a famous writer, I couldn't remember her name, she stated that Aryans are Dravidians. That's they originated from the South India, but our ruling governments does not want to be here that they are Indians. So we will leave this and we will study in detail about the Vedic age. Classification. The Vedic age is broadly divided into two categories. One is early Vedic age and the second one is later Vedic age. This early Vedic age is also known as Rig Veda. And the total time period of Vedic age is around from 1500 BC to 600 BC. And the time period of early Vedic era is from 1500 BC to 1000 BC. And the same of later Vedic era is from 1000 BC to 600 BC. From here, we will study in detail about each part of the Vedic era. That is about the polity, the economy, the society, the literature and the religion. And it is very easy to study these if we divide them into two. That is the early Vedic age and the later Vedic age. Here, the left side, this part shows us the early Vedic age and the right side shows us the later Vedic age. In this slide, we will study the polity. And the whole early Vedic age polity was maintained by these assemblies. These assemblies are nothing but, let me give an example. In India still today, there are few villages where the people used to gather, and there will be one or two headmen of the village and they will solve the problems. Similar to that, there were assemblies during the time of early Vedic age. The whole polity was controlled by these assemblies, and the total polity is a tribal polity. And monarchy was existed, but these monarchies are limited by these assemblies, and even there is no bureaucracy and there is no taxation. And yeah, there is a volunteer tax that is known as Bali, and people voluntarily coming and giving the tax to the king, and even there is no standing army. And we'll deal with them later Vedic age polity, but the entire situation is become changed. Here the tribal polity was limited, and even the monarchy became absolute. The bureaucracy started to emerge, and tax became mandatory, and the Bali was made compulsory, and even a tax named Bhaga is collected, and there were no assemblies during this later Vedic age. Economy. Here we study about the economy of each part. First of all, let's see the economy of the early Vedic age. And the people were semi-nomadic, and we all know studied this nomadic during the rock age. And cattle rearing is a primary occupation, and even agriculture was practiced, but it was limited. And barter system of exchange was there without any references. And this is the most important point. The cow is the chief form of wealth. Every aspect of the society is related with the cow, and the nature of economy is redistributive. Let's see the economy of the later Vedic age. From nomadic to they started to settle, and agriculture became the primary. And even we need to remember this, that iron was discovered during the period of later Vedic age, and there was no private properties during the period of early Vedic, but the concept of private properties emerged during the later Vedic, and even barter system was practiced but with few references, and even the redistributive nature was lost. Society. We'll see in detail about the society of the Vedic age. The total Vedic age society is patriarchal and patrilineal. It means that the society is male dominated, and we will see about the early Vedic age society, and even there is no concept of divorce, and there were no child marriages during the early Vedic age, and even there is a classification that is known as Varna, but not based on the birth, but it is based on the occupation, and even the status of women is very high when compared to later Vedic age, and even women were allowed to educate, and they were allowed to choose their partners of their choice, and even monogamy is practiced. Monogamy is nothing but having a single wife, and even slavery was existed. There were two types of slaves. And let's see about the society of the later Vedic age, and the concept of divorce and the child marriages emerged, and the caste system was deeply rooted, and it was divided into four, that is the king, the kshatriyas, the brahmanas, and the shudras. As per the order, let's see according to order. The first one is brahmanas, then the king, that is the kshatriyas, then merchants, there were nothing but vaishyas, then the last one is shudras. Shudras are nothing but the lower class, and even the choice of partners was lost, and women were not given the educational rights, and even polygamy started to practice, and slavery started to continue. To be more precise, the slavery increased. Let's go through the religion. First of all, let's go through the religion of the early Vedic age. And the gods were treated as materialistic. And even the people of the early Vedic age prayed for the cow and the Suvira. Suvira is nothing but for a good son, and polytheistic. It means that there were many gods and they prayed for many gods. And for some of them were Indra, Varuna, Agni, Vayu, and Ashwin gods. I think many of you know who are these. And the sacrifices were very limited, and even there were no temples during the time of early Vedic age. Let's see the later Vedic age. The religion became spiritualistic, and they developed the Upanishads, and we will see what is these Upanishads in detail later. And even there is a change in the importance of gods. Almost these gods were there, but the importance given to gods who are these gods were changed, and even priestly domination started to emerge, and the sacrifice become important. That's all for today, and we'll study in detail about the literature and the few facts about the Aryans and the declination of Vedic era, etc. in the next part. Do subscribe, like, share. Thank you for watching our video.